This looks like Big Sur, but almost no one comes here. This is Point Reyes, and it has some of the best coastal views, seafood, and wildlife anywhere in California. You may have never even heard of Point Reyes before. When people think about the California coast, they usually think about places like Big Sur or Monterey. People are really missing out with Point Reyes. It has some of the best coastline in all of California. It's located about an hour and a half's drive north of San Francisco. So I came here just after sunrise, and this is where Point Reyes really started to show off. Point Reyes sits on its own peninsula, so you're surrounded by ocean. And it's only one part of what makes this place so special. One fun fact about Point Reyes is it's actually drifting away from California. It's moving north by about 1 to 2 inches per year because it's on the Pacific plate. One day, it might be a little more difficult to get to Point Reyes. Most of these views are just a short hike away. The park has an extensive network of trails that you can find directly on the National Park Service website. My personal favorite is Tomales Point Trail. The most popular hikes all run right along the cliff faces, and you'll be constantly exposed to the sight and sounds of the ocean. In the spring, whole sections of the park burst into wildflowers. You'll be surrounded by sections of white, yellow, and purple wildflowers, all while overlooking the ocean. One of the most popular hikes is to Alligator Falls, a unique waterfall that drops directly onto the beach. It requires a very long hike, but can be well worth the effort. Just remember, these are sea cliffs, so stay on trail. A little further down the road, this is the Cypress Tunnel, one of the most photographed spots in the park. It's a stretch of road completely aligned with Monterey cypress trees, and it's one of those spots that looks even better in person. It's surprisingly peaceful, especially compared to the cliffs. It's not hard to see why it shows up in so many photos. Even a short walk through here feels memorable. Next up, we'll head to one of the most surprising parts of the park. Point Reyes has amazing wildlife. This isn't just scenery, it's one of the best wildlife spots in California. There's a surprising diversity of life here. Some of the ones that really stand out are tule elk, this unique species of elk that almost went extinct, but was brought back in the 1970s by conservationists. It's impossible to visit Point Reyes without really seeing them. I was lucky enough when I visited to see elven seal pups just hanging out on the beaches. Elven seals will come to Point Reyes for pupping season. They cover themselves in sand as a type of sunscreen. Point Reyes is also alive with bird life. Seabirds sweep across the coastline. Smaller birds tuck into the grass. And along the shore, there's almost always something moving overhead. Not everything here is large or easy to spot. Even something as small as a snail plays a role in the park's ecosystem. Not everything here is large, but not everything here is so harmless. Coyotes are constantly scanning the grasslands for prey. They act fast. The weather here changes quickly. These exposed cliffs can experience extreme winds of up to 100 miles per hour. Fog can roll in without warning. For sailors, the stretch of coastline was especially dangerous, so they built a lighthouse. And on days like this, it's easy to see why it's needed. The lighthouse was built in 1870 because the area was so foggy. The lighthouse was needed to make sure that they wouldn't run aground. It's become one of the most photogenic spots on the California coast. The lighthouse is a half-mile walk uphill from the parking lot, but it's well worth it. Point Reyes wasn't just established for the scenery, it was put in place to reserve some space for farmland. There were dairy farmers there since the 1800s. Some of them still are in operation today. Point Reyes is unique because you can go from hiking coastal views to famous fresh oysters in a single afternoon. If you visited San Francisco, you may have gone to a place called Hog Island Oyster Company. It's one of the region's biggest producers of oysters. They have plenty of other seafood. Their clam chowder came with about half a pound of fresh clams. Point Reyes Station is the main hub for the surrounding area. It's known for its small collection of cafes, markets, bakeries. It's the kind of place where a good pastry or coffee feels like part of the experience. The town of Inverness is unique because there's a shipwreck immediately behind the town that you can go see. There was a ship that ran aground in the 1930s, and the town decided to keep it there as this visual emblem. At sunset, Point Reyes feels like everything comes together at once. It's a place that moves between extremes, wild and exposed along the coast, quiet and open just a few miles inland. The cliffs, the ocean, and even small details like the flowers take on a new character in the setting sunlight. There's a sense the park is constantly shifting, not quite the same from one visit to the next. And that's what makes Point Reyes such a special place to visit. Wait. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that goes a really long way for small creators like me. And you can check out more of my videos on my channel as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Okay, cool. No. This is free.
He did it. I think that he was a star.